Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Friday, May 12, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Guyana inks US $150 million MOU with Saudi Fund for housing financing bridge project. Communities must be involved in decision-making process, Ali tells BERBICE. Guyana, UK trade at all-time high, 1.2 billion euros for 2022. APNU'S support in Strongholds dwindling as party displays no plans for Georgetown, says JAGDEO, and father of 3 remanded to prison for murder of Sir Mars. Now for the news in detail. The Guyana government has signed a US $150 million Memorandum of Understanding with the Saudi Fund for Development for possible financing in the housing sector as well as the Wismar Bridge project. In this Vanu Manikchand report, you will also hear about other agreements inked and meetings attended by Senior Minister with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, who is currently in Saudi Arabia for the 2023 annual meetings of the Islamic Development Bank Group. Here is more.
The US $150 million MOU was signed by Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh and Chief Executive Officer of the Saudi Fund for Development Sultan Al Marshad on Friday for the financing of development projects in Guyana. The MOU covers infrastructural development works for the housing sector and the construction of the Wismar Bridge in Linden, both projects totaling US $150 million. Dr. Singh is currently in Saudi Arabia, leading Guyana's delegation at the 2023 ISDB Group annual meetings from May 10 to 13. On Thursday, the Guyanese minister attended the opening ceremony of the annual meetings in Jeddah, which is being held under the theme Partnerships to Fend Off Crises. Also on Friday, Dr. Ashni Singh and President of the ISDB, Dr. Mohammed Al-Jasser, signed a country engagement framework MOU for green, resilient, and sustainable infrastructure, as well as for supporting economic diversification and doing business. Meanwhile, on the sidelines of the ISDB meetings, Dr. Singh also met with the United Arab Emirates Minister of State for Financial Affairs, Mohammed bin Hadi Al Husseini. During the meeting, the ministers discussed areas of mutual cooperation and they emphasized the value of continued relationship between Guyana and the UAE. Dr. Singh presented an outline of current oil production offshore Guyana and projected targets over the next several years. The two ministers also discussed foreign direct investments in the emerging oil and gas sectors as well as other sectors, including tourism and agriculture. Dr. Singh further highlighted his government's emphasis on food security and Guyana's leadership on food security in the Caribbean. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
President Dr. Irfan Ali today visited the county of BERBICE, where he met with residents and listened to their concerns. In so doing, he underscored the importance for communities to be involved in the decision-making process so that citizens themselves have a say in the direction in which their lives are heading. Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael has the details.
President Dr. Irfan Ali was on Friday in Region 6, East BERBICE quarantine for the commissioning of 2 projects in New Amsterdam. Before those events, however, he took the opportunity to meet with residents of East Kanji to hear their concerns.
As we know, the billions of dollars that we're spending must have a positive impact on your lives, must create improvement. So whilst you tell us about the type of impact these projects and programs is having on your lives, we also want to hear from you as to what you think we should do further, what you see as the priorities, especially as we are approaching this new era of local government. We want to know what are the priority areas that the local leaders, the region, the NDC should focus on, what we should have the Ministry of Local Government working with the NDC on, so that at your street level, this is how we are thinking about development.
The president took the opportunity to highlight some of the developmental projects coming to the region, which include road and drainage improvement, improvements to the healthcare and education systems, more opportunities in agriculture, more support for the vulnerable and the young.
We want our communities to embrace the partnership, embrace the development with the government, so that together we can build stronger communities. Together we can build a development program that is responsive to your priorities and your needs. So that is what I'm here for today, just stopping by to listen to you.
While many expressed appreciation for recent upgrades to their streets, one resident said the contractor has left the street he lives in impassable since March. Additionally, among other issues raised was the need for more sports facilities. Former World Boxing Championship contender Howard Eastman pointed out that there is a need for facilities in the region to train young boxers.
Hoping that we can get some help from the government to create a boxing gym to bring the kids in off the street. There's a lot of them around. They need facilities where they can go and develop themselves. I don't know if anyone could help.
If you're working on that presentation, I'm sure.
So, you know, we're doing a lot of work right now. One of the things we are doing today is launching the new park that we invested in, and I see some of the young guys from New Amsterdam who are working to upgrade this community. And let me be very clear. We need to have renewed leadership for New Amsterdam. Leadership that cares, leadership that is going to take this place forward. And one of the things that we have planned for that area, as Chairman said, is the development of a multi-purpose facility that will include gym and training for boxing and all of these things.
The president also visited the main commercial area in New Amsterdam, where he listened to the concerns of persons there. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
During his outreach to the Essequibo Coast in Region 2 yesterday, President Dr. Irfan Ali held meetings with residents of Dartmouth and Queenstown, providing them with opportunities to have their issues addressed. Tasia Dickinson tells us more.
President Dr. Irfan Ali and a team of ministers on Thursday held public meetings at Dartmouth and Queenstown, where residents had a chance to raise with the leaders a wide range of issues affecting them. In many cases, on-the-spot solutions to issues were offered. Residents who had personal issues affecting them had an opportunity to meet privately with representatives of the government who were tasked with ensuring those problems are resolved. During the open forum engagement with the head of state, the head teacher of the 8th of May Secondary School asked for certain interventions to be made at the institution.
We're seeking or we're asking on behalf of the school if we can get a new school. One of the issues is the building is not sealed. When it is not sealed, when it's hot, it's very hot for the students. And you know, I have 261 on roll, 41 teachers. No, some parts are concrete, some parts are wooden. I also have an annex, right? I'm working in open classrooms. So when one person is teaching at one place, it disturbs the other person. It would be remiss of me not to say that we need equipment for the various departments. And I have a science lab, and I wouldn't call it a science lab, I would call it a room. Because there's nothing there as it relates to having labs being done.
Meanwhile, other residents raised issues relating to their farmlands, drainage, roads, and water supply.
I have an issue with the water, and I'm quite certain other people also. Sometimes when you turn on the tap, the water is discolored. And most of the time, there's no running water. You have to be fetching water. And to be honest with you, it tires me. You have to be fetching water up and down. And then certain time of the day when you need it most, the water is cut off.
So what is the situation here? Why are they not getting water? You know, this is not supposed to be the case.
And excuse me, Prezi, the water, you cannot drink it from the tap.
I understand. Yeah. I'll come to you about the iron content.
Yeah.
They have to do more flushing. And in the iron content, we're now working on a program to have water treatment plants built.
Yes.
So all across the country, in the next 2 to 3 years, everybody will be having treated water. Everybody will be having treated water. Now, why are they not getting water? That's the question. No. She said many days the water is not coming.
I am quite certain there are persons there who can relate to what I'm saying.
No, I want today. Y'all walk the entire area and see what is happening.
One resident, who is a community infrastructure improvement project worker, asked for timely payment of their salaries.
I am here representing the sick workers concerning our salary wages. It is very low.
You work 4 days per week at 4 hours per day. That's 16 hours.
Yes.
Right? And what is your salary?
33 take home.
That's per when? No. When you say take home, you mean? You don't pay tax?
When the NIS came out, 33 take home.
33 take home for what? A month?
Yeah.
So you're working 16 days in a month?
Yeah.
Right? 16 days. Divide 32 by 16? 2,000, right? So you're working half day. Yeah. 16 half day. So you're working $2,000 per half day.
Yeah, but...
This is what I'm saying. Some people here are working $2,000 for the full day, 8 hours. So when you say your salary is low, I'm just giving you context. The SIP work was just a support program, right? You're working $2,000 half day. So if you were to translate that, that is $4,000 per day you're working, right? So if you were working, if you were looking at that, then you're working just like entry requirement for some jobs.
Yeah, but we come to a decision. If we had to raise the salary, that we will work the whole entire day.
No, you can't come to that decision.
No, we just...
You don't have to find the money, you know. The government got to find the money.
But even if you don't want to pay us the full day, make sure we get a permanent paid date.
That we can work on, right? You're supposed to have... Why they don't have a 1 day of payment? So it's fixed now? What? So she's saying it's fixed. What is the date?
It do not fix. That is a lie. Total lie.
No. Don't worry about it. So you have to ensure that it's working. I understand, but you have to ensure it's working, are you? But she's the worker saying it's not working.
Tassia Dickinson, The Evening News.
Almost 25% of the trade between the United Kingdom and the Caribbean occurs between the UK and Guyana, with trade between the two countries amounting to euros 1.2 billion last year. Poultry has the details.
Trade in goods and services between the UK and Guyana was approximately £1.2 billion this year, which is an increase in £840 million from 2021. And it makes Guyana's position as the largest trading partner for the UK with the Caribbean.
British High Commissioner to Guyana, Jane Miller, on Thursday, during a celebration of the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla. The High Commissioner went on to highlight the long-standing partnership between Guyana and the UK, evidenced by several successful trade missions and high-level discussions.
At the end of last year, we welcomed a high-level visit by His Majesty Trade Commissioner for Latin America and the Caribbean, Jonathan Knott. Our high-level engagement brought together the President, many captains of industry, ministers of government, decision makers, together with British captains of industry. And this resulted in signing a G2G partnership arrangement, where the UK industry will work alongside the government of Guyana and the private sector to deliver faster, fairer and green economic growth to the country. And last year we had 2 trade missions to Guyana.
Miller added that British interest in Guyana is at an all-time high, and more trade missions are expected to occur this year.
To give you a sense of the success of the trade missions, more than half of all the companies that come here have developed a partnership agreement with a local company, have started exporting their goods, or have established a presence here in Guyana.
Meanwhile, Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Minister Gail Teixeira noted that the UK has been proactive in developing trade and commerce in Guyana through private sector interactions. She added that given Guyana's economic trajectory, the country is well placed for partnerships and sharing of its own unique approaches to global issues.
Guyana considers the United Kingdom as a development partner and believes that our ties will strengthen as Guyana collaborates with the United Kingdom to address some more urgent issues such as climate change, investment and trade opportunities, fair trade relations between and among countries, particularly small developing countries, and sustainable energy among others.
Pooja Brand for the Evening News.
Coming up, government to assist Region 1 residents with jobs, grants, agriculture, says VP, and ban on poultry imports a matter of national security, says GLDA. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Visit Rawlchin's Flower Shop for fresh, vibrant flowers this Mother's Day. Come and see for yourself. We are obliquely opposite the Fogarty's building, the green stall in front of the arcade. For affordable prices and beautiful assortments, give us a call on 641-2255. That's 641-2255.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
On the job, you know how it goes. 1 minute, everything's going right, and the next, something goes wrong. Don't worry, Premier Insurance will make things right again. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Hi, Mr. Smart. Please stop a minute and just clarify this thing for me.
Oh, Sonel, don't tell me it's local government questions again.
Yeah, boss. How come the local government elections different from the general elections?
Okay, the local government election systems allow for half of the members of the council to be elected through the proportional representation system, just like general elections. And the other half will be elected through the first past the post system. This system allows for one candidate to be elected to represent the constituency where he or she lives. For example, if a council got 30 seats, like the Georgetown municipality, 15 will be elected through the proportional representation system, and the other 15 will be elected through the first past the post system, giving a total of 30 councillors.
So that means that every constituency will have one of its citizens who live there having a seat and representing it at council.
Yes, Sonel, that's correct. And if you need to know anything else about the electoral system for local government elections, just call GCOM. Take care, Sunil.
All right.
Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gr.
Place your bets during the matches and win up to $3 million per coupon with live betting. Check out all the different matches and bet types at www.superbet.gy. Superbet, your best bet. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply.
John Lewis Styles has opened a new department, now offering home goods. Here you can find quality sheets and towels, pillows, blankets, and even bath mats and shower curtains. Organize your laundry with clothes baskets, fabric steamers, irons, and ironing boards. For the kitchen we have small appliances, towels and mittens, pot sets and dinner sets too. Decorate the house with mirrors, picture frames, floating shelves and decorative pillows. All these and more on Waterloo Street. It's fashion for the home. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The 24-year-old laborer who has confessed to killing popular educator and comedian Sir Mars has been remanded to prison. More in the Stasia Dickinson report.
The suspect, 24-year-old Brian Richards, a father of 3, on Friday appeared before Magistrate Sunil Scarce at the Diamond Magistrates Court, where the murder charge was read to him and he was not required to enter a plea. The charge was filed against him at the direction of the Director of Public Prosecutions, following the police investigation into the gruesome crime that took place on Sunday evening. Richards, of John Fernand squatting area Georgetown, will make his next court appearance on June 23rd, with the preliminary inquiry set to commence on August 7th. The body of 51-year-old comedian and educator of over 30 years, Kerwin Sean Mars, was found pinned between his car and the fence of an apartment building at Perseverance, East Bank, Demerara on May 7th. An autopsy revealed that he was stabbed 8 times, including to his chest, right shoulder, collarbone, left hand, and right elbow, and has given the cause of his death as crush injuries to chest, compounded by multiple cutaneous wounds. The accused had confessed to the murder, revealing that on the day in question, he and Mars were imbibing at a bar in the city, after which they were traveling on the Mandela to Eccles roadway when an argument ensued. During the argument, Richards said he picked up a bottle and struck Mars in the head, but in retaliation, Mars collected a knife that was in the car and attacked him. The suspect alleges that he managed to relieve Mars of the knife and in turn stabbed Mars several times. The suspect told investigators that after receiving the stab wounds, Mars brought the car to a stop at a location in Providence on the east bank of Demerara, then exited from the driver's seat and walked to the back of the vehicle. Richards said that while he was trying to retrieve his phone, which had fallen in the car during the scuffle, his hand touched the lever and accidentally put the car in reverse, ultimately crushing Mars. Sir Mars, who was the deputy principal at the New Central High School in Georgetown, had been a teacher since 1992. Tasia Dickinson, The Evening News.
A bleak turnout in Strongholds for the Partnership for National Unity this time around for local government elections can be linked to their underperformance over the past years, as well as lacking strategies to support their campaign for future run. General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic, Dr. JAGDEO, drew these conclusions during his weekly press conference on Thursday, calling it a disappointment. Rupasine Ryan reports.
PPPC General Secretary Dr. JAGDEO on Thursday focused on the APNU'S recent campaign launch in Georgetown, which is considered a stronghold for decades, highlighting that only 60 persons showed up. According to him, citizens cannot be blamed for not showing up, since the city has not been managed properly in the last 5 decades, where the PNC-led APNU was in control.
We actually did a head count, and then it's not new people. Many were made up of the candidates and people from other regions that came, but leadership of the PNC. So the people in that community, which is a stronghold of the PNC, did not really show up to their campaign launch in the city. And I wouldn't blame them.
According to him, the APNU has failed to share plans for improvement of the capital city, and they did not focus on their track record.
They didn't tell the people of Georgetown how they're going to improve their lives. Now, this is a local government launch, and they're speaking in Georgetown, and many are the councillors in Georgetown. They didn't give account to the people for their track record in the city, because they've been managing the city for 57 years since independence. They did not say, here is what we're going to do for the city if we get re-elected.
When asked whether the PPPC would have an official launch to its campaign for local government elections, JAGDEO responded that the party is already on the ground and reaching out to communities across the country.
We're not going to do big glitzy launches. People have started working. And our instruction is that carry the message to every single home. We've already in the tongues, if you look at the promises and you get the flyers because they're public documents for different tongues, and you will see what the promises are in different areas around the country. And we're still working in other areas to make sure that the flyers reflect what could be funded. The last thing we want is a group that is campaigning in the local government on behalf of the PPP go and make wild suggestions or promises to people that we can deliver.
The government will be undertaking efforts to enhance job creation and boost agricultural production in Region 1 after a recent outreach pointed to several areas of need for residents. Here is Rupasina Ryan again with the details.
Vice President Dr. Barrett JAGDEO has disclosed during his visit to Region 1 this week that employment was among the areas requested for assistance. As such, the government will be taking to the region the Part-Time Jobs Initiative, facilitating conditions for residents to benefit under the GOAL program, and offering small business grants.
Jobs have always been an issue in the outlying areas, and so we are now, that's why we're rolling part-time job opportunities. What we did on the coast, we're taking some of that to the hinterland too. Then the small business grant, we've converted that sled from 145 million given to one MP to share out, or another MP getting 5 million for his barber chair, right? We said no PPP MP will get any of these grants. We reduced the size and we give it to more people now.
Issues in agriculture were also ventilated, including the opening of new markets.
If they grow the ground provision and all of that, to bring it from northwest to the coast, but we have farmers up the highway who are growing, say, Edos much cheaper. It's easy for them to get into the market. If you have to bring Edos from northwest or something like that, you can't be competitive. So we're trying to open up some markets directly into the Caribbean, where they can then ship directly into the Caribbean from the northwest for the farmers there. We're looking to boost production. I asked, why aren't we doing more plantains? I know it can help with food security, but the vast areas, not just the bitter cassava. And they said the sucker is too expensive. So we're sending in people to work at that. The Minister of Agriculture will lead a team into Matthews Ridge, into Port Kaituma and Bartica in June to look at this.
The Vice President also noted that taking such actions would reduce cost of living, and the new MV Militia vessel would assist in transporting the produce outside of the region. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
The Guyana Livestock Development Authority has declared that it will no longer allow the importation of poultry or poultry products due to sanitary and other conditions, and that anyone found in breach of this ban will be prosecuted. According to GLDA's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Dwight Walrand, this ban is a matter of national security and is a preventative step taken to counter the potential effects of bird flu, which is prevalent in the Americas. Bird flu is a disease that can spread through entire flocks of domestic birds, within days through birds' droppings and saliva, or through contaminated feed and water. In the region of the Americas during 2022 and 2023, outbreaks of this disease have increasingly been reported in backyard poultry, farm poultry, wild birds, and wild mammals, according to the World Health Organization. Walrand explained that the GLDA has been consistently researching and monitoring the situation internationally and regionally through its epidemiological department. The GLDA therefore is seeking to do a full evaluation of the situation across the region, in the Caribbean and South, Central, and North Americas before importation can be resumed. The ban extends to frozen chicken, live birds, and chicken byproducts across small and large exporters. Meanwhile, the GLDA CEO revealed that Later this month, he will be participating in a meeting with the World Organization of Animal Health to determine best strategies to contain and try to eradicate diseases that affect animals that are reared for consumption. And now for a look at the bridge reports.
There will be no retraction of the Demerara Harbour Bridge on Saturday, May 13, 2023. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Saturday, May 13, 2023 at 11:10 hours for a period of 1.5 hours.
Paul Moti returned to West Indies ODI team and Sammy and Coley appointed West Indies head coaches. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast sponsored by MacCorp coming up on the other side of the break.
Oh my lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Sally's Boutique is the place to shop when looking for quality high-end men and women footwear, wristwear, wallets, and clothing. Follow us on Instagram, Sally's Boutique GY. We're located at Charlotte Street between Camp and Wellington Streets. Contact us on 231-7519. That's 231-7519. WhatsApp 613-9578. That's 613-9578. Sally's Boutique, the new home of Clark's.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Why you must vote at local government elections. Local government officials make decisions every day that affect the well-being of your life, the lives of your family and community. By voting for a voluntary group, political party or individual candidate of your choice, you will be electing the people who will make these very important decisions. If you don't vote, then you allow other people who do vote to choose local government officials without your input. Those others may not share your views about issues that matter to you. Voting also provides you with an opportunity to remind the elected government officials that they are accountable to you. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650 or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Complete control of power is in your hands with the ultimate U.S. brand Generac generators from Sylvie's Variety Store. Get the supply and reliability you need every time. From 1,800 to 8,000 watts of power for residential and commercial use. Recoil and electric start with gasoline engines. Generac generators from the authorized dealers Sylvie's Variety Store.
Visit Rolchin's Flower Shop for fresh, vibrant flowers this Mother's Day. Come and see for yourself. We are obliquely opposite the Fogarty's building, the green stall in front of the arcade. For affordable prices and beautiful assortments, give us a call on 641-2255. That's 641-2255.